race-based data is incredibly important if we want to address things effectively.
An annual survey of Calgarians shows most believe racism exists in their city, but only about half believe we're committed to anti-racism. And that number drops even more when you ask Black and Indigenous people, highlighting why it's important to collect race-based data. The Calgary Foundation heard 82% believe racism towards Black, Indigenous, and people of color exists in Calgary, but
just 56% of Calgarians think that we are committed to addressing racism.
I think sometimes people just, they want to see a change, but because it's not affecting them, they don't really know where to start, and possibly maybe just don't want to put their energy there.
With most surveys, that would be the end of the story. But the Calgary Foundation tried something new, asking people to identify their race, completely changing the picture.
If you are an Indigenous person, your belief drops to 53%. If you are a Black Calgarian, your feelings around that drop to as low as 35%.
The Black community, they were the ones that brought the Black Lives Matter movement to Calgary. It became a collective movement against racism. But in that, Black voices have kind of been silent. So that, I think, contributes to Black people's feelings that it's not being addressed, because it's not being addressed for them. It's being addressed as a collective.
The data also shows half of Indigenous and Black Calgarians don't feel Calgary is accepting. And while 61% think Black and Indigenous people experience disproportionate levels of violence from the police, that belief jumps to almost 3/4 if you're Black or Indigenous. Race-based data collection isn't something we often see in Canada, but a local survey like this doing it could signal that's changing.
And something we hope to continue tracking going forward because it's obviously relevant.
If we don't have the data to prove that this is an issue, then how can we actually do anything about it?
In Calgary, Jonathan Muma, City News.